doing? Happy Monday to everyone. It's good to be here. I was just telling Elvin, I said, Elvin, I'm exhausted. You know why I'm exhausted? Because I get so excited beforehand that I'm coming on with you guys. Let me turn my audio up. Can you hear me good? Testing, testing. Can I get a thumbs up? My dear Elvin is there. Hey, my Imani. Miss Spirals, did you escape? How did you make it? Hey, Stace. Marion Bailey, good evening, friends. Elvin and friends. Hi, Elvin. She gave you a shout out. That's sweet. Hey, Marion. Okay, Elvin says the sound is good. Stace, you got to tell me about that one later. Let's get right into it. The topic tonight is how to have healthy conversations with yourself. We're always looking on the outside, having conversations with others, getting along with others. But how can we have good conversations with ourselves? Leah's in the house. Hey, Leah. Love and hugs to all from Mass, she says. So we have talked in the past about negative self-talk, right? If we're engaging in that negative self-talk, it can take a toll on your confidence, self-esteem, mental well-being. Not good for the soul, not healthy, right? But today we're going to talk about how to talk to ourselves in a positive way and actually converse with ourselves. It's a beautiful thing. Now you may be saying, I see people in the street talking to themselves. Karen, you don't want me to do that. No. But we have to get connected with ourselves. That's the purpose of us being here. All right. So my name is Karen Marinez. I'm an emotional wellness coach. Welcome to everyone that's here. I help you identify, process, and untangle your emotions. And I'd like to give a shout out to those that watch this afterwards. Usually we have 20 or so or 30 people watching live, but then the views go up, 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 up as the days go on. And I want to thank you all. It's like being on a Zoom with your camera off, but your presence means a lot. And I appreciate you for supporting the channel, and I appreciate you for taking the step to take care of yourself emotionally. All right. So keep coming back for more. So think about it. On this channel, it's all about learning to love ourselves, right? But when we're in a relationship, what comes first, love or friendship? What would you say? It's friendship, right? In fact, when I was falling in love many moons ago, my favorite quote, and I had it written everywhere, was love is friendship set on fire. So friendship is a nice basis for love, right? But how about if we focus on friendship with ourselves right now, becoming friends with me, you becoming friends with you, right? So to develop that friendship or any friendship, what is needed? Conversation. So here we go. That's what we're going to talk about. Hey, it's a welcome. Good to have you. My Shawnee Boo is here. And Dr. Jessel. Hey, Danielle. Good to see y'all. So a lot of people are disconnected from themselves. Hi, Ari. Welcome. A lot of us, I used to be, a lot of people are disconnected from themselves. With some, it's so extreme that the body is just a shell, and you can kind of see the way they walk around. It's right. They have no idea who they are. They feel invisible because of their childhood wounds. They'd rather be invisible. Don't look, don't touch. They keep others at bay, right? Some are a little more connected, but still don't necessarily conversate with themselves. And it's like an unknown person that's been neglected by their parents all their lives. And then now, as an adult, they continue neglecting themselves. Do you find that to be the case in your case, even in a small way? But there's a real person inside of you. Now, I want you to close your eyes and think about this. Put yourself 6, 7, 8 years old. Can you remember how you felt if you had caregivers, parents, aunts, uncles, grandma, who you felt overlooked, neglected, ignored, or rejected your needs and thoughts? You just weren't considered? And how did that feel? Terrible. That's where we learn that behavior from. I'm not important. I don't matter. I'm not worthy. No one cares about me. But as I always say, the worst part of that is we hated it then when our caregivers did it to us. How terrible for us to do that to ourselves over and over, to keep repeating that bad cycle. It was bad behavior for them to do that to us. We don't want to do bad, be bad, have bad behavior towards ourselves. Okay. So let's give ourselves some love and attention. It's really important. I saw my Cindy. Hey, Cindy from Houston, Texas. Good to have you. So, how is talking to yourself a healthy thing? Well, one, it provides self reflection. When you talk to yourself, you are able to process your thoughts and emotions. It's like interviewing yourself, getting to know yourself, getting to know you, getting to know all about you, right? So, for example, you could say, what are my core values? What am I grateful for? Later, we're going to talk more about gratitude. Here's a good one. How good am I taking care of myself? What are my current goals? What brings me joy? I like that one too. We talk about that often. What fears do I need to address? What are my strengths and weaknesses? Here's another one. Am I living authentically or do I have that mask on and it's not coming off? What lessons can I learn from recent experiences? This is self reflection. And what does it require? Us being honest with ourselves, but mainly us taking the time. It starts with taking the time with ourselves. We need downtime. And of course, a lot of us are, ooh, we were running on 250%. We way out there doing this, doing that, right? But we need time to sit with ourselves, by ourselves, and reflect on ourselves. It's a very healthy process. Hey, Jill. Hey, Deb. Good to have you. Welcome. Okay, so one way to talk to ourselves, conversate with ourselves is self reflection. A second way is problem solving. And we're going to continue talking about it throughout the time that we're here tonight. Verbalizing your thoughts can help you clarify your ideas and help you work through your problems more effectively. I'll give you an example. Some people like to sit with a list and they write their pros and the cons of a specific goal that they have, a thing that they want to do before they move forward with it, just run into something and then regret it later. They've learned what are the positives and what are the negatives that could come out of the situation, right? Hey, Yolanda, good to have you. We could look and see what is the root cause of this problem that I'm looking at. Here's a good question. Is it my problem to solve? A lot of us are trying to solve other people's problems. We all in other people's business, and we have no business being over there. But let's bring it back home, right? And so we need to talk to ourselves to help us to solve these issues and problems. And sometimes it's, do I even need to be involved in this? And we draw ourselves back, right? And the third way that talking to ourselves can be effective is emotional regulation. Talking to ourselves or checking in on ourselves can provide comfort and reassurance. It helps us to manage anxiety and stress. So we may feel ourselves like unraveling, right? There's a situation and we're getting, right? And we can feel it in our chest and we could say, okay, how am I feeling right now? Do I need to remove myself from this situation? Do I need to lay down? Do I need to rest? Is this person like a good person for me to be around? Is this a vitamin person or is this a toxic person that I need to stay away from? It's the same thing we would do with our closest friend. We would ask them those questions. You need to sit, you need a glass of water. You see your friend like about to have a panic attack, or you see they're anxious. Come, you take them away from the crowd. Come sit here. You okay? Tell me what's going on. You put your arm around them, right? But now we're going to do that for ourselves because it would be nice if someone would do it for us, but we need to learn how to self regulate. do it for ourselves. It's very empowering. There's a lot of people walking around waiting for the world to save them. They're the victim. Poor me. I can't. I'm not strong enough. I can't do this. Oh, yes, you can. You can do it. You can do it. All right. So, how do I talk to myself? You said some have grown up and the caregivers, the mom, dad, grandma, aunts, uncles talked at them. Get over here. What you doing, girl? Get out of here. This grown folk talk, right? They weren't talked to, conversated with. Children are to be seen and not heard. Go sleep, go, or just go. Get out of here. So if that's how we were dealt with as children, we could deal with ourselves the same way now. And it occurred to me because I had last week I had two clients that told me that. One said, "Do I talk to myself? So I talk to God all the time." But no, I don't think I talk to myself. And she said it. She said, because nobody ever talked to me. It's like I was invisible. Then I had another client. I said, "Oh no, we got to talk about this on the YouTube live. Because if two people are going through it, that means a whole lot of other people are going through it too." So we want to learn to talk to ourselves just like we're talking and conversating with someone else. Okay, Renee, hey, welcome. So what are the different types of self-talk? And we'll even add it self-conversate, how to conversate with ourselves. There are different ways, right, that we could talk to ourselves. Self-talk tends to be negative or positive. We definitely want it to be positive. We're not talking about that negative voice. Remember, we're trying to lower the volume on that one. It may never go away completely because it's so ingrained in our brains. Because again, that's how we were talked at, right? But we want to lower the volume on that and we want to start talking to ourselves. So the first one is positive self-talk. Could be saying positive affirmations to ourselves, especially the first thing when we wake up in the morning. There are many people who wake up and the weight of the day just overwhelms them. Anxious thoughts just, right? So to stay motivated, inspired, it's a process. We could use self affirmations. We'll talk about some really good ones later. Okay. Melissa, hey, Melissa, you made it. Good to have you. So we got positive self-talk. We have instructional self-talk. You know what? Let me just say, if anyone is here for the first time and you want to get, I would love for you to get in the chat because if you don't get in the chat, I don't know you're here. Melissa watches my videos. She tells me, but this is the first time she's on live that I know of. You have to subscribe. Press the subscribe button, wait like a minute, and then get in. And please, even if you just tell us that you're here, I would appreciate it. It makes me literally jump when I know that you're here. Okay, I get really excited. That's why I'm exhausted, because I'm excited. Okay, positive self-talk. Second one is instructional self-talk, right? So a self-directed speech centered on talking yourself through the steps you need to follow in order to solve a problem. Hey, Pam, welcome. To solve a problem or perform a task. Be firm with yourself, right? Especially if it's something you don't want to do that you know is really good for you. In my case, exercise. It's always a struggle. I'm doing good though. I'm making myself very proud. I've been consistent, 7 a.m. I've been doing it. I'm on the Zoom class. This week, I said, Karen, you're turning the camera on. I've been incognito, camera off, working it out, sweating, huffing and puffing. But camera off. I don't want people seeing me in the morning. Da da da. Karen, it's been months. Turn your camera on. And I felt good. It was good. Hi, Maria. It doesn't matter that you're late. It's good to have you here. And Jackie Jenkins. Hello, JC. Nice. Welcome. Good to have you. Is that your right name? Or JC Jinx? Let me say it as it's written. Okay. You could have your phone, right? A lot of people, what do? We just scroll, right? You could say, okay, don't start scrolling this phone. You know it's only going to waste time. And then your inner self is like, but no. Okay, you got 20 minutes. We put in the alarm. This is how you talk to yourself because it's instructional. It's to get you to do what you need to do. So you write. You put your alarm, 20 minutes, and then we're going to get off the phone. You talk to yourself nicely, but firm. because that little girl inside likes to throw tantrums, right? She likes to lay out on the floor and just wail and carry on. I don't wanna. But when it's something that we need to do and that's good for us, we have to do it. So we have to give ourselves instructions. That's self-talk, but it's good. It keeps us focused. We can't just, how many times have we set goals and then we look back a year later, 6 months later, we haven't gotten anything accomplished. So let's do it. Leah says she loves the alarm ID. And then okay, so all right, we're being reasonable with ourselves, with that little girl. Okay, you could play a little bit. It's all right. You do real work in the real world. You work hard. Give yourself the 20 minutes. But after that, we got to get this thing done. Because then you're going to regret it at me best. Oh, JC's a friend you by the head. Thank you. It's nice when we invite people and they come. It's awesome. So we have positive self-talk, instructional self-talk. The third one is I'm excited, motivational self-talk. And that is encouraging ourselves to perform a task, right? So with me, with the exercise, for example, I'm like, come on, Karen, this is like 6:45. Come on, Karen, you got it. Some mornings are harder than others. Come on, Karen, get up. You got this. Anna Lopez, hey, good to have you. Um, Come on, Karen, you got this. And then I snooze 5 minutes. All right, now it's 10 to 7. Karen, come on, get up. You got this, girl. You know you're going to be happy after you do. It's only a half hour. Come on, just get your 2 feet on the floor. This is me talking to myself. Sometimes later I tell Elvin and he's looking at me like, you really did all of that to get out of the bed? Because he just sees me get up. So he thinks I'm just, oh, this is how she lives. But we always have some type of struggle. Exercise is mine, but I'm doing it, guys. I'm so proud of myself. And at the end, I'm like, you go, girl. In fact, he says, all right, let's do our celebratory walk or something like that. And we wave to the camera. It's good because it's like, I did it. I did it. So we have to motivate ourselves too. Otherwise, we get stuck. And again, we're learning to be self-sufficient. What if you live by yourself and there's no one to say, come on, get up? What if you live with people who don't, or they're in their own lives, or whatever the case? We need to be able to motivate ourselves to get up and do what we need to do. My Jenny is here. Hey, thank you. I'm really proud of myself. And I feel good. I feel great. So it's a benefit. Jenny, it's really good to have you here. So studies suggest that talking to yourself in a positive, instructional, or motivational manner can help you improve your performance. Of course, right? Or at work, you're distracted, right? You say, okay, we're going to take a walk around the hall on the floor, and then we're coming back and we're getting this project done. Okay? So how to get the most out of your conversation with yourself, your self-talk. It's a lot of benefits, right? One thing to do, one strategy is keep it positive, of course. That's a given. We are not encouraging you to conversate with yourself and talk about negative things. That is not, no, right? So if you tend to dwell on negative things, ruminate on negativity, it's just like a broken disc, a broken record, just goes on and on and on. Find ways to reframe those words so they can be beneficial. Instead of saying, I'm terrible at this, you could say, I'm working on getting better at this, right? And you could say, this is hard, but you're learning as you talk to yourself. You're getting better every day. Come on, don't give up. Keep it going. You got this. All right. So stay positive. The other thing is tune into what you're saying, because sometimes we're so disconnected from ourselves. We're saying, so we're not even aware of what we're saying until we start tuning in. It's like, oh, I say that to myself. What in the world? I didn't know I talked so bad to myself. So tune in, pay attention, and listen to what you're saying to yourself. Okay, be very aware. Listen in. What are you unconsciously, systematically saying to yourself? And correct it if it's negative, or at least turn down the volume. Okay, I gotta say, we have another new. Oh my goodness. Hey, Es Elciana de Leon. Good evening. Thanks for the invite. Was invited from Jenny, yes, your sister. Nice. Good to have you. We have a lot of new people here. So good to have you here. So tune into what you're saying to yourself. Again, we're trying to connect, befriend ourselves, just like we would befriend someone else. To get to love, we need to be friends with ourselves first. Okay? Use the second or third person. You say, what? So instead of talking to yourself in the first person, like I, me, try switching it to the second or even third you or she, he, they perspective. There was a study done and researchers found that when people talk to themselves in the third person, they were able to better regulate their own emotions. Isn't that interesting? Because it's kind of like an out of body, you're stepping outside of yourself. It's interesting, stepping outside yourself so that you could connect, but it's helpful if you're dealing with difficult or stressful feelings. A lot of anxiety, this is helpful. All right. So you're using the third person so you can distance yourself from not yourself, but the feelings. And it helps you evaluate them more objectively. You look at it and you're trying to figure, is this good? What led us here? What's going on? Right? We distance ourselves. It's not here, it's over here. And how you talk to yourself obviously can have a very important impact on your self-esteem, on your learning, your self-awareness. So our motto around here is we treat ourselves with kindness. We ask ourselves questions, pay attention to your words. It can help you make the most of your self-talk because we want it to be beneficial, positive, upbuilding. The very things we do for others that we say to ourselves. I have a lot of clients, they're like, Karen, I should be a coach. You should hear me. You will be so proud of me. If you heard what I said to that friend the other day, and I'm like, what you say? And then we laugh about it. And then, well, how come I can't be like that with myself? They said. Yeah, but it's very important. Hi, Imani. Happy to know I'm not crazy. What was making you think you were crazy, Imani? Tell us, tell us. So our goal is to connect with our inner selves, right? Get more acquainted with ourselves. Our motto tonight is getting to know you, getting to know more about you, right? Because we're walking around in these bodies, but if we're not connected, we don't even know who we are. And then how can we make friends, solid friendships, have quality relationships? For those that are single, how can we be attracted to the right person and form a bond with someone of the opposite sex if we don't even know who we are? We're just a shell with a mask because of our childhood wounds, just walking around. How can we make those connections? It be very, very difficult. So if you're having a problem making good friends, you're like, why do I always attract these people? They're toxic, they're negative, they don't mean any good by me. They wow, they leave me. It could be because, and it's probably very probable that you're not loving yourself, you're not connected with yourself. So how could others connect with you? Another client I she said, that when she meets people, she doesn't forget people. But she said, a lot of people forget me. Like they see her, she's like, and they're like, hi, nice to meet you. And I said, you know what it is? Because you're used to being invisible. You're not even comfortable with yourself and you'd rather just hide. So how could you leave a lasting impression? You walk around invisible because that's how you were raised. You've been treated all your life by your parents. You don't matter. Nothing about you matters. Even when you excel, it's not that important. So you're invisible in your household, and that's how you walk through life. And because that's how you feel about yourself, that's how people perceive you, and they don't remember you, right? So we have to, the outside world is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. If you don't have deep connections with others, analyze and say, do I have a deep connection with myself? Which is the most important relationship. That even helps me. I say, but my relationship with God, yeah, but if you don't have a relationship with yourself, your relationship with God will also be damaged. It won't be as good as it could be. Let's put it that way. We got some more comments. All right. Leah said, "You're not alone, Imani. I'm everyone's cheerleader. I need to work on myself and listen to my advice." Yeah. And Renee says, "Same. I can cheer someone else on in a heartbeat." You see that? And Danielle for the Danielle said profundo or deep. She's loves speaking Spanish in the chat. And it makes me laugh, so it's cute. But yeah, we have to learn to be our own cheerleaders. And why is that so difficult for us? Can you put it in the chat if that's a challenge for you? Can you put it in the chat why it's a challenge? I know, I get it, but just so that we can all learn, no shame. Because if you're feeling it, as we can see, then that means probably the majority of people in the chat and those that will watch it later will also have it, either have or are experiencing it. So let's just be honest. Why is it easier to cheer others on than cheering yourself on? Can you put it even into words? I'm going to take a sip of my water. Let's see. Leah says, "Yeah, I'm learning that I place more value on others than on myself." Why? What we want to get to the why. And it's good to, but this is self-reflection, right? It's good for us to learn. Imani's so used to putting others first. Yeah. One reason is because it's how we were trained. We were programmed. No one, and it's what we saw mommy, especially women. It's a big challenge, right? We're trained to put others before us. I'm struggling learning to see what others see in me. Yes. So you can cheer others on, but you're like, myself, what is there to cheer on? So it's low self-esteem. We don't value ourselves. We have no idea how worthy we are. We're all amazing. We are amazing. It says, "Never saw anyone in my family be kind to themselves, so I just assumed that was the norm." That's it. We were programmed. We learned from examples. We saw mom do and do and do. Some of us had moms who were homemakers. Some of us had moms that were homemakers because if you work outside, you still got to come home and cook and clean it, right? And then some of us had moms that worked a couple of jobs, was hardly ever home. And when she was home, she was getting ready to go out. Everything was out in the exterior, nothing home, nothing with me, right? You. So I'm not valuable. I'm not worthy. She's running away from me. She does everything she can to stay out. She's with friends. She's doing this. She's doing that. Everyone is put before us, or a very genuine woman gives us the time and attention, but does way too much. My mom, when I look back, she did way too much for me. I'm grateful. I know what her intention was. But when she took a bubble bath, she should have locked the door. My father was home. We were just busting the door, "Mom!" And she would cover herself. And I look back, I'm like, that poor woman, my boobaloo. She's in the room sleeping right now. She should have locked the door. This is my time, right? We'd get in the car, we're teenagers, and she had on like Light FM. This is channel, like just smooth. And we would get in, change it to our R&B. And she would say, "That's it." But she would, and we would, and now but what was there for her? You know, we could have had them. So that taught me, and she was always giving, giving. Beautiful. Everyone, the neighbors, everybody loves my mom. I'll say it in the present. But where was the time for her? Exclusively prioritizing herself. I didn't see that. I saw a woman that gave and gave, just tirelessly gave and gave and gave, right? And what she did get to give to herself, it was after she gave to everybody else. It wasn't like she prioritized herself and voiced it. So that's what I learned. A lot of us, that's what we learned. We got some good, ooh, this is juicy. because deep down at times it's a lack, I feel a lack of worthiness. Yeah, and we have to let this stuff come to the surface so we can examine it and look at it from a different perspective and work on it, do the work so that we can realize, what, I am amazing. Right, I'm worthy. Worthiness, that part, yes. Miss Lizzo 78, welcome. Says it's easier for me to cheer others on because it makes me forget about my problems. Wow, and makes me feel better. Yes, Miss Lizzo 78. If you have not seen my video on the ego, go and now. Obviously, you're subscribed. Go look later. Don't leave us now. We like having you here now, but look for the ego. A lot of times we're doing all this stuff for other people. It makes us feel better because that gives us a sense of I belong. I have a space here. I matter because I made this person happy. And so, but then that becomes like a drug and we keep it because we don't. But once we sit with ourselves and we start working on this stuff, when we give, it's out of our abundance, not out of our lack. Alejandro has put in the chat a link to our WhatsApp group. Please join in the WhatsApp group. It's not a whole lot of binging going on. People are like, no, I don't like being in group chats because it's all this conversation and it's distracting. My phone goes off all the time. I encourage you to join because it's a beautiful community of everyone there striving to get better emotionally, work on themselves. You will know firsthand when I get this, then like right now, I don't know what I'm talking about next Monday, but when I figure it out, Alejandro creates the link and I send it to you in the chat. Any announcements, any classes, I teach classes. We have one coming up soon called Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is all about self-talk, how we view ourselves, how we can have better sense of ourselves, self-respect, and our sense of worthiness, realize our goals, envision them, and then reach them. It's a beautiful class of 30 days, and we have different challenges each day. So you'll learn about all of that in the chat. So please join. The link is in the chat box. If anyone is watching this later, after we're done, it'll be in the show notes on the bottom. It's the WhatsApp group. Please join in. And if you can like and subscribe, we appreciate it. Someone else, Pam says, you assume the giving, will return to you. And that's when the resentment sets in because you give, and you're not getting back, not even a third. And it's like, what? And sometimes that happens even in the family. It's like, wait a minute here, what's going on? It just says life changing. Once you prioritize yourself, life is different. Yes, it is. And it's beautiful on the other side. And it's a constant work in progress, right? But when we're conversating with ourselves, then we're able to, all right, let's get back. Okay, you're doing too much. Sit down. We got to rest. Come on. What's going on? Right? We're able to keep ourselves in line. Miss Lizzo is Isabel. Thank you. Thank you for being here and thank you for letting me know. Okay. So our goal here is to do what? Connect with our inner selves, get more acquainted with ourselves. It's a journey, finding out, who am I? Why do I do the things that I do? What mask am I wearing? If you haven't seen from like July, I don't even remember, but over the summer, it was a good like 10 weeks. We considered the 5 childhood wounds that we all have, and each of them brings on a mask, right? So what mask am I wearing? Because I want to take that off even little by little so I can be more authentic with the outside world, but especially with me. I want to have the mind-body connection. I want to be in tune to me. I don't want to get exhausted. I don't want to get burnt out and then say, ooh, I'm burnt out. We want to see it coming and be able to say, okay, slow it down. You know what's, we don't want to go there anymore. We've been there before. It's not pretty. Okay, what do we need to dial it back? What are we changing here? You see the conversation? What are we doing? All right, let's get our list out. What are we scratching off? We need to scratch off like half of this list because it's not even realistic. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. Come on, you got this. You could do this. We've been there before, and we didn't. We can't go there again. Let's work. Let's catch it now, right? We got some good comments over here. Leah says, facts, constant work in progress. Some days I think I'm worthy, other mostly trigger moments, not at all. Yeah, especially when that outside, but again, the outside is a reflection of what we feel like and how we view ourselves on the inside. So we drown out the outside noise and we take the time to focus on ourselves. A lot of times we're running because we're running away from ourselves. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want, and she's crying out, talk to me, and we're like, no, and we're running. But poor baby, we're running away from her. That's not fair. How can we grow? How can we learn? How can we connect if we're not sitting down with ourselves and having these conversations? Here's a nice quote. Mimi Ikan says, your inner self brings you more clarity, inner security, and stability. It's your inner compass. Isn't that beautiful? When you are connected with your inner self, you live a more harmonious and fulfilling life. And it's the truth. Leah said, I'm a runner. Yeah. I used to be too. It's easier, right? It feels easier, but it's really not. The consequences, right? It's just not good. But you know that, so now you sit yourself down and you work that out, right? Come on, we got this. I know what you want to do, but this is what we're doing. You're going to sit yourself down here. You're going to take out that list that has 50 things on it for the next year and cut it in half and take some time for yourself. Go walk in the park. Go take a ride. Go sit in a bookstore. Have a cup of tea. When we are connected with ourselves, it means that we know our values, what's important to us, our vision, where we see ourselves, and we can even map out a plan for ourselves in the future. We have motivation. We motivate ourselves. We get to know, what are my beliefs? What do I want in life? What's my purpose? Right? And it takes a great deal of continuous self-awareness and introspection. We have to look inside, but we were not taught. Don't blame yourself like, what's wrong with me? Why? We weren't taught. Where were we supposed to learn that from? And grandma wasn't doing it, and auntie wasn't doing it, and uncle, big sister, what? No one was taught. This is something new. And what the beautiful thing is, we're doing it now, and then we're going to pass this on to the next generation. You who are parents, get it, and then pass it on. Teach your children a new way. So beautiful. It's so empowering. I'm an auntie and a great auntie. Let's teach those children who are in our company a new way, right? So that they can have that mind and body connection, and they don't. Children are connected with themselves until the adults pull them away. Stop that. Get out. Go. Quiet. I'll give you something to cry about. Oh my goodness, right? And then we react. So if we focus on ourselves, here's another quote. If we focus on ourselves and try to balance ourselves, that's how we take care of the world. Look at that. Because we're trying to take care of the world by being out there. No, we can take care of others by first focusing on ourselves and trying to balance ourselves. Isn't that powerful? So we should take responsibility for our life, our emotions, our experiences, and take complete and absolute ownership of our body and mind. When you change, your environment changes. It seems crazy because we say, Cindy said the accuracy, and I love the emoji, Cindy. We think they got to get it together. When they get it together, when they change, my life will be simple. It'll be easy. I'll be happy, right? We're always, because that's how we were taught, looking outward. But when we start doing the work on ourselves, focusing on ourselves, and I have a lot of clients, they look at me like, I'm like, it's okay. You just keep doing the work. You'll see it. And then when they experience, it's like, what? Imani said, I love that. I promise you, if you're in the chat, the WhatsApp chat, please jump in. If you're not in, the link is in it's actually right at the top of the top chat. After the lives, because we do quotes around here. I love quotes. I'll put them in the chat because they're just so beautiful. It just says the old Itza thought that big time, right, Itza? You used to give me the, Karen, what you talking about? And now it's a season. It's just doing the work and she sees. If you want to share with the group, you know, just how much it's changed your life, it's a share so you can encourage some of the new ones that are around here. All right. Meanwhile, here are some more suggestions. Again, third person perspective. Step away, right? Referring yourself in the third person creates emotional distance and helps you analyze situations more objectively because we can be very hard on ourselves, but at the same time we can also be very lenient and, well, and the victim, right? So we need to sometimes step away and say, girl, what you up to? Let's talk. What's going on? Right? Um, Instead of saying, oh, I'm feeling so happy today, because Karen's feeling really happy today. Just kind of step outside just to see, just so we can really gauge how we're doing emotionally. Can you give us some homework then? The three must do's for ourselves. Oh, like self-care things, Pam? Let me know in the chat. Self-care things? Well, here, this is three right here, the third person perspective, but let me know in particular. Another one, and this is really important, practice gratitude. Yes, part of self-care is practicing gratitude. Does anyone here have a gratitude journal? Can you just put a thumbs up if you do? If you have a gratitude journal. If you don't, I encourage you to have one. This is mine. So cute. Can you see it? Yeah, the hearts. And it's good to write at least three things that we're grateful for each day. We could do it in the morning. I prefer to do mine at night. And then it allows us to focus. And it could be something as simple as, I'm grateful for my feet that carry me around all day. Ooh, my pillow was so soft last night. I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to have help, friends, whatever the thing. Nice. A few people have the gratitude journal. I second the homework, please. Oh, okay, sure. Let me think. I'm gonna think of some stuff. But one thing for sure, gratitude journal. That's homework. Get a journal. Go. It doesn't have to be expensive. Get one that says something, that speaks to you. And you say, but I don't know who I am. Well, the first one that catches your eye. The more we practice gratitude, it sounds cliche. What? And we can't write the same thing over and over and over. Some people even say, I'm thankful for dirty dishes. It means me and my family ate tonight, right? When we look through the clouds, the darkness, and we search for gratitude, things that we could be grateful for, because we start seeing, wow, there's so many things. Right now, we're going, into the winter here, but the fall, the changing of the leaves has been beautiful. The reds, the golds, just beautiful, spectacular. That's something that I'm grateful for. Imani says, I do, but that journal has too much decoration. It's overwhelming. I need a plan. But yeah, whatever you need, you do it. Get it. All right. But make that this week. So that's the first thing. Oh yeah, Shawnee Boo. That's another good. Okay, wait, I need to start taking some notes so I know it. So gratitude journal, that's one. Homework. And write in it three things you're grateful for each night. Okay. And Shawnee Boo had a really good one. Say I love you every time you pass a mirror. Now that's a really good one. I love that, Shawnee Boo. I'm writing this down because I'm going to put it in the chat as well. Chica MB says, great suggestion. We need that in our lives. Yes. Okay. So one is gratitude journal. Two is say I love you every time I pass a mirror. And if that's difficult, how about one time a day you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I love you. And you might have to say, I love you, and then run away. It's okay. Start where you are. And others can be able to linger and say, I love you. Just look at yourself if that's possible. But again, we're all in different stages of growth. Wherever you are, you are. There's no, but if you can push push yourself to do it, and there you go. As you're walking towards the mirror, if it's really difficult, you say, "Here we go." Talk to yourself in that Thursday. You got to do this. Come on, this is important. You want to get better. You want to heal emotionally. You want to feel better about yourself. This is part of the homework. You asked for it. Let's do it. And then you walk to the mirror and say, "I love you," and then you run. Okay. Leah said, "Love that, Sean." Yeah, that was a really good one. Thank you. And here's another one. Check this is number 3. It was in my notes anyway. Check in on yourself regularly. But I'm gonna add check in on yourself. I'm writing this down. Please write it down too. Daily. If you can do it twice daily. When you wake up in the morning, it's almost like taking your pulse. How am I doing? Do I feel anxious thoughts? All right, what do I need to do? We could write a to-do list for the day so we don't get overwhelmed because we may feel overwhelmed. I need to do some exercise. My body is begging for exercise because I'm just so do my exercise, right? Some people like to read their Bible, others like to, right? Different things. Create a morning routine. Check in on yourself first. And then at night, okay, let me check my pulse. But emotionally, how am I doing? And there's the reflection. What made me sad today? What angered me today? Was there anything? And could I have avoided that? Did I misread that person's intentions and overthink it and explode? Did I make time for myself today? Did I feed myself today? Like physically. Some people starve themselves. They don't eat. Our bodies need nourishment. Did I take care of my body today? Did I feed myself well today? Right? Check in on yourself regularly. So they're the 3 things. And see, and I said that would be me running, I guess. He just says collect 3 different colors of the fall leaves. Oh yes, and I have beautiful pictures. I'll send you. So we got our 3 things for self-care. Homework, gratitude journal. If you don't have one, get an inexpensive one, but something because we're taking care of ourselves. If you were giving your friend a gift and you knew her favorite color was purple or lavender, wouldn't you look for something with lavender in it? Take the time and get yourself a journal that's beautiful, that calls to you, and write in it 3 things each day. I prefer the night because now that the day is over, but what if you want to do it in the morning, that's fine too. Okay. The second thing, say I love you every time you pass a mirror. For those that's difficult, just at least one time a day, look in the mirror, say it and go. Okay. It's better than nothing. And the third thing, check in on yourself daily. I would say twice daily so that you take your pulse, your emotional pulse in the morning and your emotional pulse at night. Okay, nice. So also starting the day, say I love you. Yes, Dr. Just so yes, Danielle. Saying positive affirmations to start your day. I'm grateful for this new day. I'm filled with positive energy. I'm attracting abundance into my life. I'm strong and resilient. All these beautiful things. My mind is clear and focused, right? I'm ready to take on the day. It's positive self-talk. It's cheering us on. Let's do it for ourselves. We're used to, we've admitted, we've confessed. We always like to be the cheerleader for everybody else, but let's start doing it for ourselves. I believe in myself and in my abilities. All right. Check in on yourself. Yes. So to finalize as a review, we got 6 ways to talk better to ourselves, conversate with ourselves, and enjoy. I didn't mention this, but we're also enjoying this as it's happening. We're enjoying getting to know, just like when we sit down with a new friend and we're like this. Tell me more, and don't let it be, somebody that we're trying to date and stuff. Tell me more, and we just that's how we need to be with ourselves, and we enjoy it, and we bask in it. Let's do that with ourselves. Connect, get to know. Okay. So, number 1, say stop. When we're speaking negatively, we're falling back into bad habits. All right. We have that conversation. Okay, baby girl, we got to stop this. This isn't healthy. We, we've been there. It's not good. Let's stop. Okay. Talk to yourself. Monitor yourself, regulate yourself, discipline yourself, but lovingly. All right. Number two, ask yourself questions. There that is, checking in. How you feeling today? All right, we going in the door at the office. Are you ready for this? You need 5 more minutes, right? Do you need to take a 5 minute break, go in the bathroom, or take a walk around the floor? Ask yourself those questions. Are you angry? Why? What's going on? What did she just do that triggered you? And you may have to say like, well, I don't know. What is no? It's not what's wrong with you. It's what happened to you. What triggered? What she say? Why did it trigger you? And do the work. Write in your journal. This will be hard for me. First time talking to myself and say I love you myself. I have to work on this more often. Yes, a lot of us do. Keep coming back so you can keep learning. It's a beautiful process. And that's why we're having this conversation, this live, because a lot of people do not conversate with themselves. It's just bashing or total ignoring. Okay. Elvin reminded, please subscribe and like and share this video with anyone that you think can benefit from it. A lot of people can benefit. And yeah, share it with all the people you know. Okay. Keep our community growing. Number three, you is better than I. So again, that third person. I'm trying to get up for 7 o'clock class or exercise. And it's like, Karen, are you ready for this? Let's go. Right? Talking to myself like that. Number four is tell yourself what to do. Again, all right, 20 minutes to scroll through your phone mindlessly. We're going to set the clock and then we're going to get some work done. Remember, we got to get this stuff done because, yeah, we got to do this, right? Oh, Yolanda, I'm looking at my phone because I picked it up and I see you said I started early. I think I was a few minutes early. Um, Number five is energizing language, motivational. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Girl, you got this. And when we do something, you go, girl, right? Pat ourselves on the back, give ourselves a hug, right? Be good to ourselves, cheer ourselves on. Number six is surround ourselves with positive people. Oh, we always talk about vitamin people, the toxic people. We got to get them out. It's not good. We're trying to learn how to connect and talk to ourselves, and then we're going to keep someone in that doesn't make us feel good. We gotta get them out. Surround yourself. Get a new tribe with positive people. Imani's cheering on Elsiana. And number seven is how well you talk to yourself will impact how you feel, and also how well you live and how well you perform. Research shows when you talk to yourself in a positive way, it can it can help you to be more persistent. It can help your concentration and your stress levels. Keep those stress levels down because we are challenging ourselves. We're talking to ourselves. We're cheering ourselves on. It's a beautiful thing. It's a win-win-win. Can you feel it? Can I get some thumbs up can you feel the momentum? Is everybody ready to do the three things with the gratitude journal, saying I love you every time I pass the mirror, or at least one time a day, and check in on yourself daily, twice a day? This is all good stuff. Yeah, Cindy, we getting some good thumbs up. Everybody's ready for this. That's why we're here. It's beautiful. Yes, let's go. Yes, Leah, let's go. And we can say that to ourselves. Yes, I love all the thumbs up. It's a bunch of thumbs up because we're ready. That's why we're here. So for our newcomers, thank you so much for coming. Miss Sparrows, you're still here. I thought you had left. Ari, PJ, nice to have you all here. JC Jinx, yes. Thank you for coming. Please come again. We're here every Monday unless I'm away somewhere. We're here every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come and bring a friend the next time as well. All right. If you didn't get in the chat, please get in there. Click on the link. Oh, Melissa got a lot. Oh, we getting all of these thumbs up. Everybody's ready. This is exciting. It's wonderful. Stay tuned. In this YouTube, the best is yet to come because we have so many good things coming up, especially my course coming up soon, NPL, Neuro Linguistic Program, and we're going to keep talking about it. but also, oh, Melissa, you're going to do your homework. Good student. Very nice. You're very welcome. Imani says thank you. And in your own personal lives, the best is yet to come. We just got to keep at it. Keep at it. Remember, we're developing a friendship with ourselves so that we can then love ourselves more genuinely and authentically. And we're working on taking off those masks. All right. If you get in the chat as well, I'm going to put in the link. There's a playlist of all the five for those that weren't around during that time, the 5 different childhood wounds, deep stuff, good. It's like looking at yourself in a mirror. Ooh, that's me. Oh, how can I? And oh, this is how I get better. Okay, right? No shame. We just getting the work done. All right. Love you all. Big hugs. I'll see you in the chat. Let's keep talking. I'll put the homework assignment there and the 2 quotes that were really, really good. All right. Take care. Besitos, be kind to yourself and enjoy talking to yourself in a healthy way, conversating with yourself. Okay, bye now.
Hello. My name is Karen Marinez. I'm an emotional wellness coach. I help you learn how to identify, process, and untangle those emotions that we all deal with on a daily basis. Vimes Life now has a membership for the English-speaking audience. It's really good news. So let me tell you 5 benefits that you gain by joining the membership. The first one is you get videos made monthly exclusively for you, those who are part of the membership. Number 2, once a month you get a live Zoom with me so we can interact. I can teach you, comfort you, and answer your questions. It'll be really nice. Number 3, you get a separate chat exclusively for those within the membership. 4th benefit, you get special stickers. When you interact in the chat on YouTube Live, when we're live on Mondays, your name will have a little special sticker next to it to identify you as one of the members of the membership. And number 5, last but not least, you get special discounts on our courses. So you say, well, how do I sign up? Right below, right by the subscribe button, we hope you subscribe. Right by the subscribe button, there's a circle. It's white inside, black lettering, it says join. Press that. You'll see the first 3 options are for the Spanish audience with Spanish speaking coaches. Mine is the last one, and guess what it's called? Vimes Life Inner Circle. So come on into my inner circle so we can get to know each other better and I can help you and coach you. I'll see you soon. Bye now.